Grand Peace Online, or GPO as it's called in the community because no one wants to ever say Grand Peace Online every time, is a Roblox One Piece game. As if we already don't have like a million of those, okay? As if we don't have 10 million of them. But this one's special, okay? It's special. I may be a little biased. Before we start, all right, I'm getting real honest here, man. GPO sucks, dude. It sucks. It's a bad game. It's a bad game, okay? You can barely call it a game. It's barely a game. It has cool models and cool effects, but it's really just a bandit beater, okay? On the surface, it looks cool, but it's just a bandit beater. Now, don't get mad at me. I love GPO. I enjoy GPO a lot, okay? Look at my hours. I have tons of hours. You just gotta listen. I swear I know what I'm talking about. I swear I know what I'm talking about. Okay, first off, I'm just gonna inform everyone how this video is gonna go down, okay? I'm gonna start off for the newbies, explain what the game's all about, explain the mechanics, and explain all the creative stuff they use. And then once you get the gist of it, we're gonna get on to the stuff that sucks about the game, stuff that's awesome about the game, and at the end, we'll talk about some ideas for what you could do just to like make it less sucky. GPO has all of the regular and basic mechanics that every Roblox fighting game has. Literally anyone will agree with you. There's sprinting, dashing, blocking, up tilt, perfect blocking, and M1s before knockback at the end. And all of these combined make the worst combos ever. Just the worst. Practically, you don't even have to touch your keyboard once you're in one of these combos. It's just over. The other extra things GPO offers than most other games is climbing, sitting on boats, and trading. Now, all the other things are just One Piece related. So there's just hockey, devil fruits, and then the other islands you can explore. The 6 modes you can play in GPO are PvP, so like 1v1s, 2v2s, and then there's trading, which sucks because all the values keep changing and are never the same for more than like 5 minutes. Battle Royale, which is probably the best game mode because you can just mess around and win with friends. Because there's this one thing that torments everyone in Battle Royale, just this one thing, and even in solos, you don't even deal with it. But I'd rather deal with it than play solos. Anyways, not important. And then there's Premium Hub, which you get free SPs or skill point resets, Dark Roots, Devil Fruit resets, or race rerolls. And then finally, there's Dungeons. Now, Dungeons, I don't remember the last time I've even played Dungeons. Or anyone, in fact, anyone I know, I don't think I've ever seen someone play Dungeons because Dungeons is not worth it anymore because it only gives you, I think, what, guaranteed fruit after like 20 rounds? I don't even remember. That's how long it's been. But, you know, that, and then there's main game. There's main game. Main game is it's just grind, and then grind. It's so awesome. Now more on main game. So most of the gameplay of GPO is main game, where you're sailing around a gigantic sea looking for islands, which unless you look on the wiki or a YouTube video, which first off, I'm just gonna say this, that is the worst thing you should ever do for any game. You shouldn't have to look up anything. That is terrible game design. Anyways, sorry for the rant. You defeat random bandits, and I'm calling them bandits because they're always just bandits. They could be monkeys, but they're literally just reskinned bandits. Anyways, you level up, and then you go to another island, which you basically can't find, to do more quests, to level up even more, and you go up to another island, and then level up even more. Now, that's just the first sea, which is basically like 50 hours of your gameplay, more or less. I think I'm exaggerating there. But once you get to the second sea, it's a little bit better. It's a little bit better. I don't know though. I don't know. It's up to you. Now once you get to second sea, which is the only part of where the grinding is just a little bit more important. Just a little bit. Now, the only thing that sucks about the second C, which where one of the bosses has a 0.1% drop rate on an item. That is an estimated 1,000 times killing the boss just to get that item. And to fight that boss, you have to do an event, which you have to wait to spawn. You need about like around 6 people, maybe 4 if you're lucky. You can't even solo the boss. So it's practically impossible to get this drop without, first off, needing a bunch of people, waiting a bunch of time, and then fighting him like 1,000 times. You know what? Let's do an experiment. Let's do an experiment right now. Okay? I'm gonna sit here and see how long it takes for the event just to start. And then how long it'll take to kill the boss. And then I'll times it by 1,000. So we'll see how long it takes just to get this item. The entire factory raid from start to finish took an entire 24 minutes and 3 seconds. When I turn that into 100 and 443 seconds, then I times that by 1,000, I get 1,443,000 seconds. When I divide that into minutes, it's 24,050 minutes. Then into hours, it's 400.83 hours. Then divided into days, it will take 16.7 entire days. You can walk from Vancouver in British Columbia, Canada to San Francisco in that time, and you will still have 2 days to spare. Keep in mind, that is 1,024 miles. Just of walking. Okay, that's enough of the basics. So I hope everyone got an understanding on how the game works, and I hope people that already know how the game works found that somehow enjoyable. But we're gonna move on to the next part. So I got a couple buddy-o pals of mine who I asked to help me out in this video, and they let me interview them. They are self-considered GPO professionals, and I asked them what is good and what is bad about GPO. So let's move on to the interviews. Okay, Swanee, do you consider yourself a GPO expert?
Nuh-uh. I don't. I hate GPO!
Are you a professional GPO player?
I am the GPO player. I have too many hours in this game.
Would you say you're an expert?
I am expert.
Okay.
I got that PCC, you know.
Yes, so you are a PCC holder, correct?
Correct.
Okay, so it is official. It's official, everyone. Okay.
Correct.
Interview starts now.
Can I have my family back?
No.
Why are you holding me at gunpoint?
I'm not holding you at gunpoint, okay? This is consensual. Okay, anyways, as Swanee said, I don't have a gun to your head, and you have to agree to that, and that's consensual. Okay, anyways.
Okay.
Okay, how do you feel about GPO?
It's a bandit beater, but it's cool because it has very fluid combat.
I think the game is very stale. The PvP and the metas are very like wrong. Kage, Orc Extenders, even a lot of the PvP pros agree with me. Like Misoka made many videos. And Drag, I mean Drag doesn't even play anymore. The game's kinda.
Okay.
And PvE, don't even get me started. All you do, you hold Light Ray for 6 hours.
Dude, that's my
And
favorite
maybe,
part. That's
hey,
my favorite part.
if you thinks you're lucky, if you thinks you're a good boy, you might get a Kikoku.
Dude, I see the gun.
No, you don't, bro. Shut up. Okay.
Oh,
anyways,
I don't. Okay.
You say. What are some good things about GPO that you enjoy?
The combat, and the combat.
Okay, what about trading?
Trading, bro. The values are always going. They're always changing constantly. There's never a value that's gonna stay the same except for like PCC, and that's the
So-
stuff at the top.
So you say you hate the trading?
The trading's good. It's fun because they're brain dead. It's easy to get up in value, but not only that, but it feels like Foyu's trying to kill his own economy because he literally released legendary chest and that just ruined legendary fruits values.
So you.
And now
you
mythical
enjoy-
fruits values are dying.
So you enjoy GPO trading, but you don't enjoy how their values won't stay the same.
I mean, you can see it as a good thing, but also a bad thing.
What do you like about GPO?
I really enjoyed GPO's PvP system because it has a pretty good learning curve, but the second you get to a certain point, it starts like getting like boring because all it is to it is just you use the best weapon with the best fruit, and you're basically unstoppable. Like an average player with a Kraken Greatsword and like any fruit could beat like a 500 hour sweat without a problem.
Okay, what's bad about GPO?
Let me bring up my list real quick.
Okay,
How
bronze
many?
list. Oh my god.
Hold on. How much stuff do I hate about GPO? 275 things.
Okay.
Oh,
Honestly, just
you want me to list everything?
List them, and I'm gonna put it in like times 5.
Alright. No. Okay. You have opening the worst match. You have opening the worst. It has no run to the league. And the only thing that was good for grinding is absolute picks. Yeah, but sure. Whatever. Just get us some other room to make it better to grind. It's like, I think it's good for right now. It's a mythical fruit. Usually mythical fruits are supposed to be all-rounders, but they're kind of just. Most of them are all-rounders. They fixed Phoenix first. They gave it the Mirage. And now we got a first crack at PvP. Okay, what else is there?
What do you hate about GPO?
Yeah, and I think the PvE and the PvP part is very stale. I mean, I think if you have like friends to play with, right? You can go like battle royale. It's actually pretty fun because every game is different, every fight is different, and you can't get one-shotted because your friend just bail you out of the combo if you play right. So I think overall, the PvP part is stronger, but PvE, both PvP needs some work. Especially PvE, actually. It's the most boring gameplay I've ever played. But
Dude, what do you mean? Light ray ladder technique Kikoku.
Light ray ladder technique.
No. What are the main
bugs.
things you hate?
Some of these bugs have to go, bro.
Okay,
I
they're
be in
not even,
GPO BR sometimes. I just be walking, minding my own business, and then I just get boop. Get out of here. You're kicked.
Just disconnect.
No, you're respawned or something. No, you're a respawn.
I think the respawn. I haven't gotten the respawn in a while, actually.
Yeah, same. But like, I haven't played GPO in a while, so I
That's
don't remember.
true. It's been like 2 months, bro.
Yeah.
Well, personally, I think my least favorite part about the PvE is how far the islands from it are each other.
I think that's fine actually because they're
Yeah, but,
pretty
like,
fast post now.
Without a wiki, you don't know where to go as a newbie.
Yeah, that's one part. I think they should either add a map or just add like in the first few islands there's like NPCs telling you where to go, right? There's like a bucket of water quest, the bucket of carrot quest. And then it
there's,
just stops. It stops all of a sudden. No more.
And they return it in the second sea. It's the trans flag one.
Yeah, the trans flag.
And then you
or whatever.
go to Sandora or whatever stupid name they gave it. And then it doesn't tell you how to get to whatever Thriller Bark or Dressrosa.
Yeah, and then it forces you to look on YouTube or Wiki, which is really dumb. I don't think a game's progression should rely on YouTube.
Then you got the community itself. Sometimes I be looking in the Discord, and people be saying the most random stuff.
No, dude, I look at
Like-
premium chat and there's just people arguing. It's hilarious.
Yeah, like what? Okay, then you got the trading community. It's
Oh my god, all the dude.
sometimes it's just horrible to try to trade. Yeah, it's just horrible to trade because you're offering good offers, but people are just saying like, "I want overpay" or something.
I mean,
You know,
that's basically like
Like,
what people want though.
it makes sense, sure, but they can't accept a fair trade. So some of the things I really like about GPO's combat is just how it's fluid and you feel like really free in it. You feel really free because you just have so much stuff you can. The dashing feels fluid. You're fast. It's fast paced. There's PBing. Like the skill ceiling's pretty high if you ask me.
What do you think you should do in the future to quote unquote fix this game?
I think you should focus more on fixing the PvE aspect actually, because right now the way you makes money, I think it's from the PvE players also. You know, they buy all Sting AI, they buy 2x drop. So fixing the PvE player would obviously increase the player count and make you more money, so that he has incentive to do it.
All right, I think that's everything I needed. See, the funny thing is Swanee's was like 20 minutes because I kept asking him stupid questions because I didn't write it down. Anyways, I'm
Okay.
gonna stop the recording. Thank you for
Alright.
your time.
Okay.
Anyways, man, that was great. I'll
Wait, where
I'll
are you
see
going?
around.
Don't leave me here.
I'll catch you later, man. See ya.
Why did I even agree to this?
Thank you, Ben and Swanee for coming out. Make sure to subscribe to Ben. Anyways, some things that I personally really care about weren't gone into depths as much as I would hope. So I'm just gonna clarify those and explain and go more in depth in those right now. First off, let's talk about the monetization. So I'm gonna start with the game passes. But the game passes, they're mostly emotes and a boombox. And the highest they go is like 250 Robux, which is like, what, $3 I think? Not a lot. They're all customization and stuff like that, so it's pretty reasonable. It doesn't really affect much. But the other two game passes are just more important than the other ones, unless you really care about customization that much. So it's private servers and the ability to choose what map you want in dungeons. But again, I don't think dungeons is that good anymore, so I don't think it's that helpful. But if you want to do dungeons, it's pretty helpful. Now, don't worry, boys and girls. If you want to spend even more money on GPO, FOYU has you covered. They have an in-game store. It's amazing. You can buy all the pay-to-win you want. You can buy the best boat from the game, the best item to wear in the game. You can buy everyone's favorite from every RPG, ×2 XP and drop rate. Don't worry. You only buy 15 minutes of it or an hour of 2x drop rate. So don't worry, you can always buy more. Not to mention, my favorite part of spending money is that you need to spend 500 Robux just to be able to store fruits. SPs and dark roots are 75 and 50 Robux unrespectively, and one race reroll is 50 Robux. To get a race that isn't human or Skypean, you need an estimated 20 rerolls. That is 1,000 Robux for a race that gives you permanent buffs. But to be fair, SPs, dark roots, and race rerolls can be earned by Premium Hub. You know, you just have to wait an hour to get one of the three. Okay. I think that's enough talking about the very scammy and pay-to-win monetization. Anyways, I think it's time to talk about how FOYU can fix this game. I think that's enough talking about the good and the bad and the monetization. Keep in mind, before we start this segment, I don't know how to code or how to create Roblox games. I'm simply just putting my ideas out there. Now, of course, Foyu can't go back and undo what he's already done. We can't have any backwards progression. There can be tweaks, but we shouldn't be removing anything. I'm not gonna talk about PvP. I don't really play PvP. I'm really just a Venom user, man. Like I played 2v2s, but I'm a Venom user. So whatever I say about the combat really doesn't matter to anyone. I'm more of a PvE player. So that's really just my strong suit, because most of my hours are in the PvE instead of really the PvP. I mean, a lot in Premium Hub, but let's not focus on that. Anyways, I think that for early grinding, GPO should have a smaller map, or just a way to find the islands without having to use like the wiki or something. Either make it so you can see the next island from where you are, or make a map, or make more quests that tell you where the next island is. Let's take Arcane Odyssey for example. The way their map works is it's covered in clouds, and once you discover another island in the map, the clouds disperse. And I think that's a great idea that Foyu should do. And he doesn't even have to get rid of log poses for this. Maybe make it so once you find an island and you buy the log pose, let's say clouds disperse on your map or anything. I think we just need either a map or any easy way to find an island. And for early grinding in the first sea, why have bosses on the islands if you can't even fight them and win? The only way to win is either use cheese and spend like 10 minutes fighting that one boss, or having a high-level friend help you. Let's use Captain Morgan of Shell's Town and Lucid, for example. The first two bosses of GPO. They both have an unlimited amount of minions who will help attack you. They both have very high damage for the level that you're supposed to fight them at, and they have huge health pools. Like, what is a level 30 supposed to do against this? My recommendation? Just lower the damage and health of every boss. Well, at least in the first sea. I think in the second sea it's pretty okay, but maybe, I don't know, like Crab King Cho or whatever his name is could be lowered, because like I've never seen more than like 2 people fight him. And make it so if a boss summons any kind of minions, make it so it's maybe like 1 or 2. It does not need to be 4, because how are you supposed to fight that like at all at that level? For the map, I mean, just do what Arcane Odyssey did. I already mentioned it before. And make more quests on every island too. I think that would just give a lot more, less bandit beater vibes, I guess. And try and make it a story, because then you could smoothly make it so like to get to each island, the quest like makes sense or something like that. I mean, you don't have to, but I'm saying like, if you really don't want it to be stuck as a bandit beater, maybe add a story, new side quests, stuff like that. You could even make it like a rip off of the One Piece, like you're finding the blocks piece or something stupid like that. But I don't know, I'm not a coder. I don't know how hard it would be to go back and do that. I don't know how people will find these changes. Like, go type in the comments and I'll most likely respond, but I don't know how most people who haven't seen this video would respond to these changes. And I don't know, just maybe use the damn suggestions that you already have on your Discord server, or make polls or something. Make it so that people in the community feel like they have a choice in the game. And there's already suggestions, and I get maybe used a couple of them. I don't know. But can you maybe make it so like you at least recognize the suggestions? Because I mean, like, you could add like an emoji or something saying like, oh, a dev has saw this or something like that. Or maybe add what another game did, was add a starboard. So every time someone liked a suggestion on the dev team, they would put it there. So the person who made the suggestion or the community just knows like, oh, we saw this, we think we like this idea. I think that's a great idea. And the dev team of GPO should do that. And the last thing I'm going to say before I end this video Could you please just have a regular update schedule? Because based on the vampire sneak peek, which is a common Halloween monster, I'm guessing we're getting a Halloween update. And that update is most likely coming out October. So that's about a 4-month wait from the last update, which judging, well, what I'm guessing is going to be in that update is, well, a fighting style, a race, and maybe 1 or 2 fruits and like an island. And that island's temporary, so I don't know why it's taking you guys 4 months to do this. You could probably do it in 1 month. Again, I am not a coder. I don't know how hard it is. I mean, you could probably like ask other people to help you, but okay. But I'm just saying 4 months is a lot just for another update. I think you could probably crack it out within a month. I'm not saying you can't take breaks, but I'm saying you could probably be a little bit faster. And well, I think I've completed the checklist. So I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you, well, it's my first, so I really hope you guys enjoy this because I'm gonna do more stuff like this format, and I'm gonna keep using my friends to help me out. And I hope you subscribe and like the video and comment what you thought. And I'm gonna leave my friend's YouTube link down in the description. Make sure to check him out. And I'll see you guys in the next one.